What a wonderful turnout. Thank you all so much for coming today. My name is Kelly Brill. I am the Executive Director here at the Hopkins Center for the Arts. And we are delighted that we're finally able to have this lovely ceremony. We first want to thank the town of Hopkinton for sponsoring this event. So thank you to Elaine and to Julia and everyone who made this possible for us to do this today. And I also wanted to thank, there was a very wonderfully dedicated team of people, including Maureen Belcher, who works here at the HCA, Rachel McKenzie, and all of our new friends at the Nipmuc Tribe who diligently worked on helping us to write this land acknowledgement and also come up with the ideas for today. It's something that we've been talking about and wanting to do for quite some time, and we're so delighted that the town of Hopkinton, because HCA is really just renting this land for $1 a year to have our space here. It does actually formally belong to the town, and so we're so delighted to be in partnership with them on this land acknowledgement. So to start our ceremony off, a lot of different things planned today. We'd like to introduce Maria Turner, who's going to open with a prayer.
Good afternoon. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thanks to a lot of our tribal members that regularly come. Rachel was able to help with the vendors. My daughter, Shani, my grandson, Elliot, our chief, in the shadows. But I want to thank Maureen and everyone that's worked with her for bringing this together. We have actually, as she said, been working on this for quite some time. It's really heartwarming for us to know that this is happening here, a land acknowledgement on behalf of the Nipmuc tribes across Massachusetts. And it's a very important piece. And a lot of places, institutions, and other gathering places are doing land acknowledgements, which are very welcoming for us. Pre-colonization, we had 26,000 tribal people amongst these lands from all the counties across Massachusetts. I know that the first hearing and the first look was they said there were 12,000, but no, it's been found through anthropology that there were 26,000 Native Americans on these lands across Massachusetts. And post-colonization, we had what was called the praying Indians, because a lot of natives had to leave the lands for numerous reasons. And some did stay, but they did become the praying Indians under, as you know, John Eliot. So I just want to take this opportunity to open this ceremony with a prayer. Creator, thank you for bringing us together for this time that we will share amongst ourselves. Thank you for allowing us to step on this land where our ancestors were born and where they died. Many of our ancestors' bones and artifacts are still amongst this land. We're finding them every day. Our ancestors are looking down upon us and happy to see us together, stepping upon our land again. So thank you, Manitou. Thank you for allowing us to be here. And I do just want to add that the other day, I was at a dentist's office, which is not the most favorite place for me to be. And there was a woman there, and she was in a wheelchair. And the first thing I noticed about her was she had very sparkling pink sneakers on. But that's what I noticed, and I sat down. And then a gentleman came in, and he sat down behind her and looked that she was struggling a bit. and asked her did she need help. And she said yes, if she could come and help me. So he helped her very kindly after he asked if it was all right if he touched her feet, to lift her feet back up on her pods because they had fallen off. And then when he walked by her, he said to her, "Nice to see you." And her comment was, "It's nice to be seen." And that was the most important thing that day that I learned in that dentist's office. And I want to thank the town of Hopkinton and everyone who's here, because believe me, it's nice to be seen. Thank you.
So I'd also like to invite up our town manager, Elaine Lazarus, just to say a few words on behalf of the town of Hopkinton.
Thank you, Kelly, for hosting this event, and welcome everyone to Town of Hopkinton. And it's just wonderful that we can all be together in this space today for this ceremony, which is meaningful to all of us. Thank you.
And now I'm going to hand the reins over to Maureen Belger, who has really been, with Rachel Mackenzie's help, championing this event and writing this land acknowledgement, and she will serve as your host for the remainder of the event. So please welcome Maureen.
Hello, everyone, and welcome. This is like the more formal part, if you will, of our event today. I'm just going to read a little brief history. Some of it reiterates what Maria already said, and I also want to give a shout out, thank you to Linda Connolly of the Hopkinton Historical Society for her help in some of this, and then I'll also read the actual land acknowledgement. So, okay. There is irrefutable evidence that indigenous peoples and their ancestors passed through and resided in the northeastern region of the United States well before the arrival of colonist settlers. The town of Hopkinton is situated on lands that were most recently occupied by the Nipmuc people, or freshwater peoples, of the great Algonquin language tradition. They were, are now, and forever will be caretakers of all the lands they move through and reside on. The colonizers eventually brought the arrival of praying plantations, or towns whose purpose was to take indigenous communities from their homes and families and put them together in small groups in order to eliminate traditional ways of life. The traditional values and cultural systems were replaced with Western ideas, items, and concepts such as clothing, language, faith, ownership, capitalism, colonialism, politics, and more. In the town we currently call Hopkinton, and some areas of surrounding townships, the established praying town was called Maganguamak, all right? Thank you, sorry. And was likely made up of indigenous populations from the Nipmuc and Massachusetts tribes, sorry. Ultimately, these lands were purchased from the Native Americans and leased out, displacing them once again. What is the purpose of our land acknowledgement? While we are not able to change the past, we can acknowledge the crimes and injustices against the indigenous populations of the United States of America, of the state of Massachusetts, and in the town of Hopkinton. We speak this truth to honor the first peoples of this land. Northwestern University said that colonialism is an ongoing process, and we need to build our mindfulness of our present participation. We wholeheartedly agree, and in this spirit, we cannot remain complicit in the erasure of indigenous history, indigenous stories, and indigenous cultures. This acknowledgement is the first part of what will be a long and continuous journey. As we educate ourselves, we hope to also lead our community in conversation and partnership with local indigenous community members in order to move towards a more aware and more inclusive future that fully respects the First Peoples, their ancestors, and the land we all call home. Who does this benefit? We hope that this land acknowledgement will ultimately benefit the Indigenous peoples of the past, present, and future. We hope that the awareness raised and the ongoing conversations and partnerships will help to build a future where all the persons in any society will benefit, where Indigenous traditions are elevated and the earth is more cared for. What are our ongoing responsibilities? We must keep ourselves and this community accountable. As an arts and cultural center, we feel connected to the ways that all people express themselves. The HCA's mission is to foster joy and belonging by artfully engaging a community where the creative spirit thrives. To begin with, we are committed to programming at least one artist from an Indigenous community in every year of our future performance or artistic programming. We know this is not enough. This does not undo the past, nor does it change the present situation for anyone belonging to an Indigenous group or family. To this point, we also want to extend ourselves in recurring conversation and partnership so we can learn over time what is meaningful to you, the Nipmuc people, your ancestors, your future, and our surrounding communities. Intending to this friendship, we also hope to play a role in assisting making this collaborative vision of our world a reality. Thank you. And now I would like to invite up Shawnee to tell the origin story of Three Sisters.
Yes. Hi everyone, my name is Shawnee Turner, and I will work with you to speak about the Three Sisters. Does anyone know what the Three Sisters are for Native American Society? Well, you jumped right in there, didn't you?
They are the three plants that were grown very environmentally savvy in that they first grow corn, and then beans that would use the corn as a stock, and then squash at base.
So we receive corn by traveling to out in the western area. So as indigenous people, we would travel at fast pace through paths. And we did, just so you know, we did not have horses. Horses were brought here by the Spanish. What we had were like, they were really small horses, nothing you could ride on or use to carry goods. So what I'm gonna do with my story, if you give me a few minutes, I'm gonna place a few things on the ground. My story that I'm giving you today is what I use for school-age children. So if you can reverse your minds a little bit, I will introduce some of the artifacts I am using. So just think as a child how I'm using the artifacts to show you a story of our history, okay? In a few minutes.
While she's doing that, I just wanted to recognize again Linda Connolly, who helped us with a lot of the research and history and was really instrumental in making this happen. So thank you, Linda. And our friends from Nipmuc, and it's just been such a joy to meet you all and know you all, and we are looking forward to more and more of events like this. If you haven't had a chance, Rachel, who is here, also participated in our winged foot exhibit, which is happening down in the Common. We're going to have a reception of that after, but she did a beautiful version of her interpretation of the winged foot, which honors the Nipmuc people. It's spectacular.
Oh no, I'll speak up. And if I'm not loud enough, just say speak up, it's fine. So, I am a Eastern Blanket dancer, and I am also a teacher of the Eastern Blanket dance at different artifacts. Yes? You can't hear? Okay, then I'll grab the mic. was saying I live in Mashpee and I am an Eastern blanket dancer, which is a greeting style of dance where it's a courtship dance for women to attain a husband. We come from a matriarchal society, so women would choose their husbands of their liking. It reversed now, but I think we can get back to that if we. I don't know if I put this on correctly. Can you see the whale?
Yes.
Okay. So, Nipmuc people, freshwater people, are whaling people. So we would have trees, which is documented that would have 13 to 16 children would wrap their hands and arms around the base of the tree. That's how large the trees used to be in this area. So we would use one of those trees and turn those into machines or boats that you would think of, canoes, by hollowing out the tree, by burning the inside of the tree. You could use a pine tree because, of course, when you burn pine, and we all know how it smells to burn pine, but the pine sap would help seal the inside of the tree as you burned it out. And then once it was done, because the burning session would take the men day and night to do, you would soak that machine into the water. We all know that with wood and water, they work excellent together. I forgot one thing. Can you bring over the paddles, please? I just thought about it since we're speaking of machines. So you would have men that will go out to the fresh water. There will be about 20 or so men that would fit inside of these machines. They would harpoon the whale and then drag it in. So of course, that would be a huge feast that would invite different, it's a matriarchal society, so the women would own the plots of land, so you would have different grandmothers and aunties all call in their families, and they will have a huge feast. The blubber, the oil you can use for your skin, to seal your skin, to keep you warm. Whale skin, or even the bladder of the whale could be used for pouches. Whale meat, if you've ever had it before, it tastes a little fishy, but we have seasonings that different genres these days, but just so you know about the whale. I have, actually, that young man right there, my son, Michael, this is his first moccasin. It's made out of beaver skin. I don't know if you can really see it. This is a little toe part. And of course, with kids, you can only find one and not the set. It's not always we know. Raccoon, which can be used for pouches. We would also use this with the fur side touching your skin, would be your sleeves or your leggings these days. So I have sets of these, but this is raccoon. I use this actually as part of my touch board that I deal with when I go to the younger schools, because the little ones love to touch everything. So I tell them, if you're out in the woods, or if you see one near your home, don't touch the live ones. You can touch the dead ones. You can touch these, but do not touch the live ones. It's a totally different experience. We have mix. So mix would be more for your style for your hair. Or I can put it right here and use it as a side piece, as a pouch. I can sew the inside of it, and I can put men, when they travel, they would bring dried meats, dried corn, dried vegetables with them. And all you have to do is heat it up with water, or if you had dried corn that was turned into like a cornmeal, when you eat it that way, it bloats the stomach to keep you full. So when they're on these long travels, they would not go hungry because their stomach would be bloated with corn. This has got to be easy, right? Hair high, made into a shirt. This is brain tan. You could tell the difference between a chemical tan and a brain tan. So brain tanning is actually using the brain of the animal. You turn it with an ash, and you can actually tan or dry hide an animal to keep it so you can use it. It is pliable, it is warm. A lot of people ask me, am I warm in the wintertime when I wear this? Absolutely. And it is breathable. And it comes from that animal? I have a rabbit skin inside of my son's turtle shell. So we do eat turtle. It actually tastes like what do they all say? It tastes like chicken. Yeah. We did not have chickens back then. That came over with the English. But we would eat turtle meat. With this shell, we just add an epoxy to it to make it shiny. So in powwows today, or when we are out we're doing different socials or things of that sort, when we do competitions, we like to have a shiny shell because it attracts the eye of the judge, so to say. So we have this. It is a true turtle because you can see the ribs inside of it, but because the bone it scratches, I just put a little rabbit fur inside of it to soften it. And this is an original paddle made by one of my cousins. This paddle is used for dancing, but this is a paddle or oar that can be used out on travel. So with that, one more thing, I'm sorry. Two more things. Clamshell. So if you ever want to do something with little ones, take dried rice or beans. After you've eaten your whole hog or your stuffed clam or whatever, just put beans inside of it or rice, and it's a shaker. One of the first instruments, you would have a shaker or a water drum, or 2 sticks would be your first percussion if anyone's in band. First percussion instrument. And this is what we would use to start off the dance. Hare! Hare! And you'll hear sounds that will go. So I'm stepping with the percussion sound. Oh, you know they also do that they stole from us. You know, remember that shaker that they used to help exercise? So this piece right here has seen this test of time, and that's because I work with little ones. This is a trade cloth. We did not have cloth of this material, but what I've done is I've added beadwork and a strip of, these were the traditional colors that we would have back at that time, and that's what you would see. We would use earthen colors. So this is going to be part of the presentation, but I do want you to know that if we did not have access to dare, which did happen over time, we would use trade cloth for our clothing. And I'm going to try my best to do this story with the mic in my hand, okay? Please. Blame it on my mother, because all my siblings are taller than me. Tahatson's story. Mother was out in her garden, 3 plots of soil. She would work on 1 plot for 7 years while the other 2 would lay and rest. They would have burned ash and wood on top to help resurface the chemicals in the soil. She will start off with her mound. Her mound will start with, who remembers? Corn. She will place a mound of corn which represents her pregnant belly that she held at the time. As her pregnant belly began to fill, so would the cornstalk. As it grew up tall, she would place What around the corn? Beans. As those beans would wrap around the corn stalk to help grow and stabilize, she would then see that the bean leaves would tend to fall and drip a little. She would then place squash and watermelons all around that mound to help support the growth that she had endured. As time went on, she gave birth to Tahadi, and they would play games with each other while they would watch the garden grow. Elliot, this is my cousin Elliot. Did he leave? Come on. We're gonna do the mosquito dance. And the song will go. And what kids would do is, as mosquitoes would come, because mosquitoes eventually came over with the English, we did not have mosquitoes here, they would kick the mosquitoes away as a game. So we would go pinky to pinky. I was hoping there was a whole bunch of little kids here, because I was going to play this game. And then we go, Time went on and they would play the game. She would call out, Tahatan, Tahatan, Tahatan. No response. Tahatan, Peach Ganache. Tahatan. Tahatan didn't answer. As a mother, we become worried when our children don't respond to us. So what mother did is she went to go look for him. She first walked onto the sand. She came upon Father Whale. Father Whale, please help me. I cannot find Tahatan. Is he out in the waters with you? And he squirted from his spout with a no answer. So she became scared and said, Father Whale, please come and help us. So Father Whale came close enough for Mother to go on to his back, and they started traveling to different areas to find Tahatan. Brother Beaver, have you seen Tahatan? Brother Beaver answered no. He said, I'll climb on the whale's back with you to help you find your son. We'll find him together. And so they went. You can sing along with me. I know you can sing, right? Come on. And they said, Turtle, have you seen Tahatan? And he said, no, I have not, but I'll climb onto the whale's back and help you look. And the song began. They came across some clams and mollusks just flapping in the shore. Dear clams, have you seen my son Tahatan? They said, no. Well, we'll climb onto the whale's back and we'll help you look. Next came the mix. They were playing against the shore, up going against the trees and the beach palms. And mother said, have you seen my son? Has he been out playing with you? Is he in the grass? They said, no, but we'll climb on the whale's back and we'll help you look. Wait a minute, Tahatan. This kid left his dress and his coat again. Where could this kid be? Typical of kids, right? They leave their stuff so you can find their footprints. So she said, oh, let me grab that. Let me see if I can find my son. And then she began to sing a little louder. And a little slower because all the stuff and the animals that the whale was dragging was weighing heavy upon the whale. And she said, Tahatan, are you over there? Tahatan. Mom, I'm over here. Tahatan. He was like, look what I found, what I caught. Dinner. That's Tahatan. Usually the kids by that time are like, you eat raccoon? Gosh. So, are any teachers in the crowd? What do you think? What science have I just taught? Any lessons that you think I just taught the students or my friends here?
Teaching them to understand other cultures.
Yes.
While you're also teaching them to sing.
Yes. Was there any math in regards to how we planted? Any science in regards to how we planted? Survival skills, if anyone watches the survival skills on Netflix like I do, I a lot of survival skills there. And so it also teaches you how to work with nature. Thank you.
All right. Without any further ado, I would like to introduce the group Nijla, and I'm going to toss it over to them to go from here.
Thank you.
Aho, Hichikaitsuna, Hirikaragimi. My name is Cameron Greendeer, and I'm from the Ho-Chunk Nation of Wisconsin. Our dance troupe is called Nijla, and actually it's pronounced Nijla, and that means a waterway system in Wisconsin. It's called the Wisconsin Dells. And that's the area where I'm from. And also, historically speaking, that's where Ho-Chunks are from. I want to thank all the Nymmonks and for having us out here on their land today. My kids are actually Mashpee Wampanoag and Ho-Chunk, so my wife is Mashpee Wampanoag. So we have representation from the East Coast here of all those tribes, Wampanoag and also Nipmuc. We just did a show, so I apologize for our lateness, but we really had to get on the road with 5 kids. It's a little tough. So we made it work and we're here, and I'm so glad we're here. This is such a beautiful facility. What we usually do is it's an education performance piece. And we really teach you about historical things involving Native Americans throughout the United States, but also we give you a taste of the powwows. How many know what a powwow is? Wow, that's almost all of you, that's great. Powwow, celebration of Native people coming together, intertribal singing and dancing. Some of them have competitions, some of them don't. Some of them are socials, some of our things are very sacred. Some of those pieces are very ceremonious. But at a powwow, it's really for the public, for most of you guys to come in and see how we operate and how we celebrate today. I have a few of those dances and the powwow singing that you guys are going to hear, and we're going to bring that to you guys, and I'll go into further explanation of what you're hearing, and also what you're seeing, and all the different types of categories that I have for you today. There are many different styles and categories of dancing, and right now I think I have 4 represented here today with my children. So you guys are in for a treat. These are some of the most popular styles of dancing throughout Indian country at powwows. How many know that there's 570 plus tribes across the United States of Native Americans? Wow, that's not a lot of hands. Wow. So yeah, there's still different bands, different nations all across the United States. All across the United States. How many know that we have some of our bands and our languages are different from each other? How many knew that? That's better hands. So I always use this one as I say, the number 1 in Ho-Chunk in my tribe is Hijankita. And the number 1 in Wampanoag is Pasek. Does that sound anything alike? No. So a lot of, over the years, I've been growing up too with this. The books, the history books, just call us Indians, correct? And that doesn't explain exactly who we all are as a people. All of our different styles of culture and what really makes us who we are as a certain nation. So just like Ho-Chunk, we are from the patriarch system, patriarchs. And the Wampanoags are matriarchs. And you can imagine the fights we have. And I still haven't won one yet. So I'm really telling you guys these things so you guys can learn more about our different nations. We're not all just what the history books tell us. We're not all just Indians. We all don't speak the same language. We don't even call each other Indians most of the time. I just had the other day someone I worked with. I work at a school. And she was very nice, but she straight up, out of nowhere, just says, Cameron, what did the Indians do back in the day to stay warm? I was like, I don't know. I'm not from India. How do I know? And she kind of put her head down and she knew she was, I said, Native Americans, I guess we use different style of bark for lodges, lots of fire, different hides, different things that keep us warm. So I answered her just right. I mean, I wanted to answer combatively, right? She's insulting me, but I couldn't, because there's a lot of education that needs to be done. I used to be a fight or flight guy. Trust me, I did. In high school, middle school, because I grew up in Wisconsin. And if you guys are familiar with Wisconsin, it's America's dairyland, a lot of farms. And they weren't always open arms to somebody with the last name Green Deer or with the color of my skin. So that used to be a fight or flight thing for me. But now it's not. Now it's more of an education. But hopefully some of you guys to allow my children to be who they are. Without question, without ridicule, but also to have your education more to want to learn who they are. Because the books, they're getting better. They are getting better. Teachers are getting better, but there's still work to be done, right? I have a platform, and I'm using it right now, but all this work doesn't start with me. It starts with all you guys. It starts with all you. To accept our local tribes in. To accept their ways of life. To accept that they hunt and fish, probably for different purposes. Not for trophies, not for bragging rights, but sometimes ceremonial needs. I know people that hunt for ceremonial needs, not just for the trophy. Not just so they hang the horns on the wall. It's not none of that. Even the fishing part. Fishing, it's a way of life for some of our people here. The Wampanoags and the Nipmucs. The waterways. They have those rights to these lands. If we understand that that's what their God-given right is, then we can start respecting them. So, at all these powwows, I know Nipmucs have a powwow. I don't remember the dates. I'm sorry. I think it's in September, I believe. July. Okay, they have a powwow. So at these powwows, we all start with the same thing. It's called the grand entry. So all the dancers come in, and you guys, as an audience, get to see everybody come in a line and come in a circle. And we dance in the circle. Circle is a way of life for most native communities around the United States. A way of life. We come from the earth, and then we're going to go back into it. It's a full circle. Everything comes full circle. So you're going to see the different regalias. You're going to hear me singing, and I'll go into further explanation of what those all are. Okay? Can I get a round of applause for my dancers, please? I'm trying to keep them motivated. I'm trying to keep them happy because they're not looking too happy right now. So I'm sure that'll change a little bit. So dancers standing up, come on up. These are all my kids, so you guys, I'll tell you the names and everything. So. Grand entry time. That was the grand entry. So now at all these other powwows, they're always a singing and dancing exhibition. Usually they start out, after the grand entry actually, usually they'll have their veteran songs, their flag songs, even the victory songs. So all these different songs that all of our drummers need to know. I don't have a songbook. It's all up in here. I don't look at my phone. It's all up in here. I've been singing for a lot of years that I can just know what style of song they need and a different song that they need at that time. The proper song. It's tough life being a singer because you always have to know, you're always singing. You're always thinking of new songs. You're thinking of new songs, you're thinking of the old songs. You don't want them to die, so you got to keep singing them, right? So that's a part of our oral history that we give to our kids. There's stories behind all these things. And I'm passing these stories along to them every day I can. All the stories, the things they can do, the things they can't. All the traditional doings, I'm trying to do it. We have our ceremonies and I pass it along to my children. The language, I'm not speaking a lot to you guys because you're not going to understand. But also I save the language in my ceremonies for who? My kids. So I'm telling you guys, we do have our own ceremonies outside of these powwows. Stuff that's not celebrated like that. Stuff we do on our own humbling beginnings, like just by ourselves. It creates more of a self-ceremony that we can really believe is working for us. So that's why I keep our ceremonies sacred to us. At these exhibition style dances, the first one usually is always a crow hop. So the beat's gonna change. And they call it a crow hop because the crow has a small hop to him when he moves, right? So I believe the dance song might have been invented back in Montana, but I'm not too sure about that. But it's called the crow hop, as a crow is bouncing. So it's popular amongst all different categories. So we go 2 times through for that. You'll notice my dancers changing the way they dance, and you also notice the beat. So give my dancers a round of applause, please, for this. Thank you. Give yourself room. Thank you. So, you guys are hearing a lot of different things. The style I'm singing is more of a southern style, a Ho-Chunk style. So if you guys ever go to a pond and hear someone singing real high, like real high, it's called a northern style. Going with the regions actually. So southern style is more of a lower sound. So you guys will hear differences when you're hearing those. A lot of these different songs, again, are up here. There's usually one guy at the drum, he's the head singer that knows all these songs. That knows the drum and handles the drum. If you guys see a drum, don't touch it. Okay? You guys go to powwows, see it, sticks, whatever it is, leave it alone. These mean a lot to us. Now, I'm speaking just from my Ho-Chunk background, is that I was gifted this, and I have to watch over it, and I have to feed it, I have to sleep by it, because we treat that drum as a person, like it has a spirit. Some tribes, they call it grandpa, because that's how much it means to us. So if it's that sacred to us, and you guys see it as a powwow, don't touch it, don't do anything, okay? Even some of us, like the Patriarch Society, like mine, girls can't even touch these things. And I have 4 girls, so sorry guys. So, this is what we do and how sacred that drum is to us. It may look like a piece of hide and wood to you guys, but it really means something to us. If we take care of it, it takes care of us. That's how we're always taught. About a lot of things, actually. My first category I want to show you is the grass dance. This is my son Wesley. He's not too happy to get up and do this. But Wesley Green here, he's got the grass dance. So this originated out in the plains, kind of by the Midwest where I'm from, by the Omaha Nation. And Omaha Nation, they did this dance to battle prep or village prep to knock down the big grass in the plains. Okay, and they had these guys go out there and dance, and they started wearing the fringe and swinging and swaying just like the grass does. That's what the fringe represents, is the grass. The colors are all he picked and his mom. His mom did all the sewing. It has a little flair to him. It also has 24 on the front for his basketball number, and on the back, 29 on the back down there, plus a soccer ball, basketball. So it's expressing who he is and what he likes. Obviously, that's basketball and soccer. So, and he has all this beadwork here, all this little beadwork. This is all beadwork. Tiny, 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 tiny beads are on here. They have to be sewn in one by one. My mom did this one. His choka, his grandfather did this one. Very intricate work. A lot of time goes into it. This here is a head roach. Usually these are deer hair and porcupine hair. And these are eagle feathers. Eagle feathers are very sacred to a lot of Native people. In Ho-Chunk country, like what we do is we need to get permission to even have them by another person that has taken life, a veteran that has seen war, that has taken life. He has that permission to give. He gives a story to my kids or to me, and then he gives them the feather, and then he has permission to wear it. So when you guys see these at powwows or see them around, just leave them alone. If you guys go to a powwow and you notice everyone standing around everything stop, an eagle drop, feather might have dropped on the arena. They're not supposed to touch the ground at all. So just telling you guys this, if you guys are trying to figure out what's going on in this powwow, you've been sitting there all day and something just stops. Then they'll probably tell you to turn off your cameras, don't film, because they actually have to pick up the feather. Okay? So there's going to be times when people tell you not to do things. Always listen to MC, Master of Ceremonies, when they're weapons. So as you see, he has his beaded moccasins and belts. Kind of draws your attention to him, so when he's dancing in contests or whatever, he can be seen, and also the flashy colors to be seen. So this is going to be the grass dance by Wesley Green here. Give him a round of applause. Thank you. Next, got my traditional woman's applique traditional Ho-Chunk style dancer. This would be Addie Green. Round of applause for Addie, please. So if you guys looked up Ho-Chunk applique, 1800s, so you guys would see they would wear this style of dress, from the floral appliques to the moccasins, to the beads, to the hair wraps. For Ho-Chunks, anyway. And she put her own flair on it with wearing wampum on her head, representing her Northeast style, her Northeast tribe, and also her purple moccasins, which also have a Northeast flair to them as well. So she's representing, which is close to my heart, because I'm from Ho-Chunk country, and all of our women dance and dress this way. Even some of our traditional doings, they dance this way. So it really hits home, and this is probably the closest you're going to get to anything that's real sacred to us at any of our ceremonies. So this is the scrub style dance. Women's applique, 2 times through. Give her a round of applause, please. Young ladies jingle. This is Juliet Green, and she is wearing a jingle style. So from our Anishinaabe relatives, there's a story behind the dress. It's a healing dress. Is that the whole story is a quick story. It's there was a village up in the Anishinaabe country. There, everyone was getting sick. Everyone was getting sick. People are dying, and a young girl had a dream, a vision about this certain dress with all these cones. And so she made the dress and she danced for days and days and days. Ended up healing her tribe. So they call it the healing dance. So it's, again, from the Anishinaabe people. The colors are all picked up by her and her mom. The crown was made by her kaka, her grandma. And also we have her wraps here, her belt. And what are these again? These are not otters, what are they? The minks, I'm sorry, minks, I totally forgot, we just got them, so. Also her hawk feather with beads on it, and an Eastern style moccasin as well, along with her leggings, and all the jingles that she has on it. So my wife had to put them on one by one, so. A lot of work has gone into this, a lot of blessings here. Thank you. So it's me, Juliet, 2 times through for the jingle dress. Dance hard, then, okay? Round of applause for my dancers, please. Okay, we have our last category. Come on up, girls. This is the girls' fancy shawl. Come on, over here. This here is Lila Green Deer and Amelia Green Deer. So, their shawls and everything is supposed to be actually it's called the butterfly dance. It's supposed to emulating a butterfly, but they call it women's fancy. If you girls want to turn around and show everyone your shawls, lift them up. Thank you. Actually, no thanks to me. My wife did it, so she's over there. And she is actually Dr. Natana Hicks Green Deer, councilwoman for the Mashpee-Wampanoag tribe. Okay, enough about her. So we have our women's fancy. So these are all hand-me-downs. So there's not really expression of who they are, but really, they really love all their beadwork and everything that they have here today. The fancy shawls, all the applique work, all the beads, barrettes, everything. Even the leggings to the Eastern style moccasins they have. Same with my daughter Amelia. I'm sorry, she's only 5, so she's a little shy. But there's a fancy dance. It used to be a very, very traditional style dance. It wasn't as fancy as it is today. It's a really faster style paced dance. So again, we're only representing a few categories that you'll see at all powwows, but these are the fun categories that the girls love to do, and my boy. So, women's fancy, we're gonna go 2 times through. Dance hard, girls. Round of applause for the dancers, please. Thank you so much. Thank you. So another thing about Eastern style powwows, just gotta tell you guys, a lot of these powwows have fires at them, right in the arena usually. So if you guys do see them, if they invited you in, listen to the MC. The MC says, I intertribal singing and dancing, everybody come out and powwow, everybody come and dance. That's what they usually say. So if they do say that and you guys go out there, mind the fire, just leave it alone, you don't have to touch it, okay? Just telling you right now, just giving you a heads up. If it's going out, don't worry about it. The arena director or somebody else will take care of it. If you go to powwows, you guys go dance. Please don't dance like this. Just saying, okay? You're gonna embarrass yourself and embarrass me, but don't do it. So, when you're there and you're doing it, just follow the crowd. You can just walk along, and that's all you can do. That's all you have to do. Don't be doing the gritty, or the moonwalk, or the cabbage patch, mashed potato. Don't do any of those, please. Some people are dancing for different reasons. And when we dance, what I was taught is that we dance for the ones that can't. When we sing for those that can't. And now a lot of powwows are all about money. And so a lot of these powwows have contests at them, which is great, but sometimes it takes the sacredness of what that circle means and what you're dancing for. Remember I told the story of the girl that kept dancing? She danced to heal her whole nation. Another part of that, the sense of suffering that some of us go through as Native people, the Master Wampanoag would play a fireball. How many been to the Master Wampanoag power? No oven. No. I go like, okay, well, seven good hands went up, I guess. But anyway, it's on Cape Cod. They have a powwow there. And they have a game, a sacred game called Fireball. And it's an actual ball of fire. And the men will play this game. And there's 2 goals at each side they play with their hands. You must burn yourself. Because what you're playing for is not yourself. You're playing for the sick. The ones that are going through something. That's why you play it. I'm lucky enough I get to play. The Master Wampanoag would welcome me in, and they're my family too. Same with the Nipmunks. So I'm telling you guys this because if you don't understand what we're going around that circle for, just have clear minds. Just don't think about it. Take it all in, but we're in there maybe for a different reason than you are. Okay? It's nothing to laugh at. Some of us take it very seriously. Some of us don't. Obviously, my kids really, they don't really know, but they're trying. So I'm just saying, go with an open mind when you guys go there, when you hear things, when you see things. A lot of things that we lost as Native people is due to the boarding school era. How many more heard of the boarding school era? That's a lot more hands. That's like it. I like it. Everything was destroyed. All of us. They didn't want to kill us because that'd be, we don't want to massacre these guys, but let's take everything away from them. Kill the Indian, save the man. General Pratt said that. So we lost a lot. They're finding mass graves of these children. Unidentified children. Native children. You can imagine the trauma all of us hold in our hearts that some of us do know we have and some of us don't know we have. Maybe that's why we have the lowest graduation rates, the lowest higher education rates as Native people. And we have these reservations that are still alive today that some of our Native people still live on. With no running water. I know in the Southwest some of them don't even have running water. And yet we still have to go through federal government to get approval to start our own enterprises and businesses. We're not a sovereign nation yet. None of us are. But I guarantee we're working on it. So again, I have this platform to tell you guys all this. I could go on further. Trust me, my wife knows. I can go on further and further about all this stuff. I've done a lot of talks throughout kindergarten all the way to colleges, so I've done it all. And we're the Nishala singers and dancers. And my last one I always end with is a round dance. So I want you guys to hold your hands up and come on down. I'll pick you, and you guys will form a circle around the drum, holding hands just like this. All the way around me and my son. We're going to have one more song to show unity between us, and that'll be the end of our show. So can I have hands up if you want to come on down? Yes, 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 yes. And can I have Maria, Shawnee, any other tribal people come on up? You guys make a big circle, come make it in. So we close the circle, hold hands. Close the circle, hold hands. Come on in, come on in. If you guys want, come on down, come on down. Hold your hands, come on, let's connect the circle, connect the circle. Connect, come this way. Connect, this way, you guys, this way. Close it, close it. Close it up. This is what it's all about, guys. Last song, and my wife will lead the way. Oh, Shawnee. Oh, Shawnee, this is your guys' area, so Shawnee, go ahead. Take it away. Round of applause, everybody. Round of applause. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Again, my name is Cameron Greenleaf, Manishla Singers and Dancers, Educational Performances. Thank you guys so much for your time. Beautiful facility. Thank you for having us. Have a great day. Thank you.
All right, let's give it up again for Kevin and dancers. Great to watch and learn a lot, so thank you. All right, well, thank you everyone so much for coming today. We really appreciate it. I hope that I hope it just broadened all of our perspectives on things and on this continuing work that we need to do. So I just am going to ask Maria to come back up to officially close the event for us. And
Yeah, thank you for this time that we spent together. Thank you for our sister tribes that are here. Thank you for the arts community, all of you who have come to enjoy this beautiful celebration with us. Thank you, ancestors, for looking down upon us and making sure that we are together and having a spiritual time together, feeling and hope and love in this community. And thank you for the land acknowledgement that this is on Nipmuc land, our ancestral land, where our people are still very creative. Look down upon this day, let us all arrive home safely. And again, Spirit, thank you.